Hello Internet, sorry for being a little late on this, but I kind of wanted to get the BSM2 video out first. No way, I'm not covering such a big update for Battles though. If you haven't noticed already, 3.10 for Battles brings us a lot of new shit. And why not start off with what's in front of us right now, a brand new Spin the Wheel. Just click to win a guaranteed prize. Sounds great until you realize all the medallion prizes are fucking garbage for us veteran players, lol. So we landed on the 20 spot, but I'm assuming because we have club access, the wheel will give us double that, so now we've won 40, enough for 2 free entries to White Wasteland. I'll come back in another 8 hours to spin the wheel again for a chance to increase my medallion pool by 0.25%. I'll give you my in-depth thoughts about the wheel later on, but we're literally flying right through all the features right now, so I'll come back to the wheel after. For now we must talk about the 2 new Halloween arenas, Haunted House and Bloons Laboratory. They look extra special and spooky, but the only thing you need to know about these arenas is they each come with their own new exclusive map. That's right, that means 2 brand new maps which you will see later on. Sadly RNG isn't having it today and gave us pyramids for game 1, so you'll have to wait. Look what we have here though. Is that a monkey farmer, I dare say? Yes, why yes it is. Our first agent is finally in Battles, and rightfully so. It is the monkey farmer, which doesn't give you any real advantage over the other player, and that's good, unless you have fat fingers and never pick up bananas, that is, in which case you probably shouldn't be using banana farms in the first place. Anyways though, I don't mind this new addition at all. In fact, I quite like it, and the fact that the icon to place monkey farmers fits perfectly right into the ability slot for normal towers. At a flat rate of 100 medallions apiece, you can bet everyone in Moab Pit and above arenas are gonna be using this agent in every single game, cause once you have 100,000 plus medallions, monkey farmers are chump change. Not that it's a bad thing, but because the medallion inflation is so messed up and the gap of medallions between veteran and beginner players is so huge, putting a medallion price on anything is going to be hard, especially for shit like farmers. But for things like the daily wheel, I really don't think it could hurt to add scaling medallion rewards so as experienced players don't feel left in the dust for the 500th time. I actually like the idea of a daily wheel from a business standpoint cause it helps keep players, especially newbies that find 50 medallions to be a hefty amount, checking on the game every day, so it's no surprise they eventually added it to the game, just like what they did with BTD5 and SS4 for example. But damn, it can't be too much to ask for a scaling reward, right? Maybe hit it so once you hit a certain amount of medallions you unlock the next tier of the wheel, which gives increased rewards. Just a suggestion for those listening over at Ninja Kiwi. I've talked enough about the wheel, so let's bring up this. Win-loss display is now separated from classic and card battles, and good fucking riddance at that. Let's hope they also changed the win-loss to display actual records for everyone as well. Oh, okay, so they took the time to reformat the opponent's stat box, but still couldn't bother to bring it back to what it used to be. I'd say it looks even worse now. The bottom half here looks empty as hell, and as a whole it just doesn't look right. I really don't understand why they can't keep it consistent instead of using up their own resources and time to tinker around with a change as unnecessary as this. I don't normally get irrationally angry like this, so I apologize, but the win-loss change is something you guys know I've been vocally against for a long time, and being teased around like this is no fun in my opinion. So either revert it back to normal, or stop toying with the damn thing. In other news though, we finally got our first game in one of the new maps, and I gotta say it's pretty fucking slick. Not only is it a short and moderately difficult track with a nice and simple design, but it's also as close to a straight line map that we'll ever get. And if I do recall correctly in a previous episode, I mentioned that something I would love to see in battles is a straight line map, so there it is. I guess it's close enough to satisfy my needs, so I rate this map a 13 out of 13. Because I'm probably only gonna be able to play this map once in this video, in order to get the most out of playing it, I'll do my best to survive as long as possible rather than being a tryhard and killing my opponent on round 4, so this might drag on for a bit. Keyword might. What else is left on the update checklist? Alright, the Jetpack. Are you tired of giving a D emote to your opponent every time they die to a regrow yellow rush? Well, look no further, cause now you can spam cooler laughing faces instead. Or if you're not a fan of emotes, you can give them a CY sign while sending your rush. If those aren't your fancy, then there's 8 more chat options to choose from in this pack, and it's all yours for only $2.29, with the cost varying depending on your region, of course. There's always going to be people complaining about why this feature has to cost money, but I'm completely fine with this decision from NK, cause these are exactly the features that should cost money. Emotes are really just a luxury addition and are irrelevant to the actual gameplay, so nobody's forcing you to purchase them except yourself. And that's about it for the main features. Let's run over bug fixes real quick. Never mind, there's nothing to see here. Move along, folks. So that wraps up Battles 3.10 for you guys. A Battles update video from ISAB is not complete without a poll, so tell me, what are your thoughts on this update as a whole? Vote quick before I give you my opinions on it, cause I don't want that affecting the results of the poll. My thoughts on the update can be summed up with a list of good things and bad things. Here is the list. I think the emotes, Monkey Farmer, new maps, and separating the classic and card battles records are a great addition to the game, so no complaints there. What I am disappointed about is the wheel. For now that is because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, but all it takes is a simple fix for me to move the wheel over to the good side. And of course the win-loss not showing in lobby that I was throwing a huge fit about. Now that you've voted on the poll and heard my thoughts, tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree on anything I said and the rationale behind it. So far I noticed a lot of people seem to be enjoying the update, but I've barely heard anyone talking about the small negatives. I'll leave you off with gameplay of the second new map, which is called Wizard's Keep. Fittingly, I must use wizards here or the Wizard Lord will be displeased. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, press that fucking thumbs up button just like you would in game. Have a haunted day.